friend was yours.
Yeah, I mean, I summoned him. You guys left so quickly. You essentially you walked into the palace and then rode out at full speed. I had to run to keep up. I had him follow, and then I acquired a horse pretty quickly, and he kept track, and I tried to follow the best I could. Lucky you stopped for the night, no kill, or else I wouldn't have made it at all. And then he landed on the roof, and I figured you would think that seeing a cardinal halfway through the middle of the night on landing on a roof would be suspicious enough. So I couldn't have him keep following. I didn't have time to change him into anybody else.
Really creepy watching someone sleep.
I wasn't trying to watch you sleep. It's really creepy sleeping on the roof.
It's even
I was just like,
creepier to follow someone an entire town away, to follow a group of people without
I
them
mean,
knowing. I would say that's pretty strange behavior.
well, you're pretty strange people.
And
I
yet you
was, le-
chose
I
to
was
follow us.
strange but effective. I'll say, I'll give you that.
This didn't begin in Storm's Fall, did it? When did you start following us?
After the next morning, I had to leave before dawn, or else Olsen would have really been upset. And I didn't know what to do. And
Was that the first time you encountered us?
well, I think I saw you guys in the Mages District in the magic shop. That was kind of, I mean, you're kind of hard to miss. No, she just looks like, she just goes, no offense. You stand out in any crowd, even in Storm's Fall, especially
And
traveling with
before
him.
that?
And she gestures at Alphonse. She's like, the two of you are, that was the first time, I swear. I was in the city doing business. There was a shopkeep needed help summoning something. I managed to summon a whatever that damn
Uh,
eyeballed thing was called to protect a safe he keeps in his attic. It's freaking terrifying, but apparently they're really useful. Helped him summon it and tried to remember the markings on the circle. Tried again to summon one in my room that night to protect me. It just apparently went wrong. I
It's actually
what do
figured the
from
you
what
magic just
think
fizzled.
you need protecting from to summon that sort of creature and then to follow us around?
I mean, I've made some mistakes, and
I don't believe he asked a riddle. Where we're going right now will be very perilous.
I find it
yeah,
hard to
and
believe it'll be less perilous to go into the Kingswood than whatever you're running from.
you say that, but I just don't want to be found right now.
Well, then tell us the whole story.
Or turn back.
Made made a bad deal with a man, like he thought he was, and or didn't, and that whatever. Made a bad deal, and now he's there. I don't know. I'm being followed all the time, and I'm afraid gonna get me, and I'm scared, and I thought maybe that summoning one of those things would be enough to help me sleep at night or not get overtaken. And then I thought, maybe if I stick near this surprisingly flamboyant group of travelers, that would be way out of my MO and maybe wouldn't be able to find me, especially if I wasn't in the city anymore.
But as you've noted, we stand out in a crowd. So that goes completely against what you're saying. Who is he and who is they? We have a right to know.
He called himself Mel, and that's that. That's what he called himself.
That is certainly not the entire story.
Make an insight check.
All of us?
Natural 20.
Okay.
16.
Insight is a dirty 20.
Wow. Zhixil and Ilikhal, you both. You see, she just looks panicked as all hell. Alfonz and Pilot. Yeah, maybe she's withholding a little bit of something. But
I mean,
it's
just based on what she's saying, we know she's withholding something. Because saying she made a bad deal is not telling a story.
What was the deal?
I wanted to get away from my father, and he helped me.
Is your father
Said he-
cruel to you?
That's a word you could use. He's not. I'd say my father's not a great guy. It's in the least.
What did you offer him?
He said he'd call in a favor eventually.
And has he yet?
Yes, but it's not. It's not something I can or want to do. So I ran, and I keep running.
Well, a deal's a deal.
Well, yeah, you say that, but I don't even know if I can do this thing.
I think what is this thing, and then kind of figure out what from there.
Yeah.
He wants me to kill someone, but this person doesn't deserve it at all. And not that anyone ever deserves to die, but that's not my choice to make anyway.
Do you know the person personally you were contracted to kill?
Not exactly. I know of them. And I don't understand why he would want me to try something so asinine anyway.
Have you killed anyone before?
I mean, it's not very polite.
Are you armed?
And well, to that, she like holds aside her cloak, and she has like, it appears to be, I don't know why I think of it, but it looks like a dagger from Aladdin. It's got like the like from the like sheath has like that like hook to it, and she goes,
Curvy sword.
"Well, yeah, I mean, I
David.
could protect myself, and I have before, but I'm not a murderer."
Would this target be someone particularly high profile, would you say?
Yeah, you could say that.
No, it's not one of us, is it?
I don't consider any of you to be high profile. No offense.
None taken. Were you tasked to kill the king?
No, not the king.
Okay.
Who?
The heir, the king's heir. I don't know him, but I've seen him around. He only does good things. Mel told me to get close. He told me where he stays in the city and how he can be found out.
Prince
He
Chorus?
sneaks into the city to help people.
Corin.
He sneaks out as just a
That's
commoner.
I asked. As you were asked to kill Prince Cor?
Yeah. He doesn't. He only does good, and I can't. It would be different if he was a murderer or bloodthirsty or a rapist or you name it, any of those things, maybe. And I don't want to be a murderer, and I definitely don't want to kill someone who's only doing good.
Why does he want him dead?
I don't know. I'm not exactly in a position to bargain for information. He's not exactly the kind of person to tell.
I turn to Avandra and I ask her, so if you die, what happens to the deal?
I haven't thought about that. I mean, I assume I would not be held beyond my mortal coil to uphold the deal, but I would prefer not to be dead. And she takes a step away from you.
What if you faked your own death?
I feel he might have a way to track that.
Does your father
Um,
does your father have some power? Is he wealthy or is he of
Yeah.
higher stature?
Yeah, we'll say that.
Who is he?
You wouldn't know him. He's not even from the reaches. He's from a long way from here.
Is she human?
Appears to be. She's probably about 5'5". She's not tall. She's skinny compared to what you saw her in Storm's Fall. She's lacking the checkered pink and blue cape now. She doesn't appear to be wearing traveling clothes. She has with everything kind of swooped back. She has a 3/4 sleeve white shirt with a leather on over. It's actually, it's not even a leather breastplate. It's like a half corset kind of thing. And she has breeches essentially. She's got their pants, and a pair of traveling boots that look pretty well worn. She has one earring in her left ear that appears to be it's a D8 shaped that kind of
Diamondy thing.
diamondy shape, but cut. It's not it is perfectly so it's cut to be that way. It's white blue. She is still half in a defensive stance, and her hair is a complete mess comparatively to when you saw her in town. It's very it's wind blown and tangled a little bit. It appears like it might have been wrapped up in the hood, and when you push it and the hood came off, it fell, and it's half over her shoulder and half in front. She's got a few bangs hanging down over her left eye.
Now, is there something I'm missing here? A reasonable person would go to the Kingsguard for help. What are you really running from if your life is in danger?
Yeah, a reasonable person would go to the Kingsguard with reasonable things that they were afraid of. But half the stuff we deal with, and she looks stuff you can do, and Kingsguard stand no chance on that. They're just men. Kingsguard don't know half of what goes on in the reaches. They keep the peace on the road, maybe a couple bandits here and there, but even the stuff that it's kind of mundane, they contract that out anyway to people like him. And she points at Ilikhal. I wouldn't be surprised if you've killed a couple bandits for him already.
Are you aware of what happened at the castle yesterday?
Oh, I just wait outside. There's a lot of. It seemed like everything got really active, and then you all came out on horses, booking it. I honestly assumed you were carrying a message, and then you came out this way, and that was kind of weird. But I figured, hey, if they're headed into the woods, how many other people can be out in the woods, really? I don't really have the ability to camp very well, but it's nice enough weather today. It's been kind of gross a couple other days, but the cloak will keep me warm, keep me half dry.
Besides
Worst case
getting yourself
scenario.
into trouble. What are you good for?
I can summon some things. I got a little bit of decent at magic.
We certainly don't trust your summoning ability.
Hey, I didn't. That was from memory, and I thought if it didn't work, it just fizzled out. Then I was exhausted and I fell asleep.
Well, then it was very naive of you.
Well, I mean, how many times have you attempted a summoning circle?
Never, but that's out of my skill set.
And it's not something that I would dream to attempt if I were capable, if I wasn't sure it would go right, as clearly it's very dangerous.
I'd just done it that morning. I mean, I can remember most things pretty easily.
It's moves like that
As far as I knew, I did it right.
that make me uncomfortable letting you travel with us. Where we're
Yes,
going,
that was very reckless.
we need to be very calculated. and from our interaction with you, and your very poor attempt at following us through the forest, it doesn't seem like you're very calculated.
I mean, I'm not really a force person. She kind of kicks at the like a rock on the ground.
Yeah, that's
I-
not a great way to convince us to help you.
I couldn't think of a better place to hide than in a forest. And that's coming from me.
I mean, where else
We
am I
escaped a
supposed to
dragon
go?
in a forest. And that's coming from me.
They're kind of big. It's hard for them to travel between the trees, but
They're calling
I
us
mean,
a
he's like
liar.
literally a cat.
I'm seriously considering, and like I don't want to, because it would waste the spell slot. But to do detect thoughts, but I kind of want to keep all my resources.
Mm. I don't feel like she's lying. Like she's not telling us the complete story of like exactly what she got Mel to do, but like I think she just got herself in some deep shit and made some very
Mhm.
bad decisions to try and deal with it.
Would this Mel have any association with something called the Servant of the Spider?
I don't know anything about spiders. In fact, I really don't like them. It's the eyes. Too many.
How-
Creepy.
How about jellyfish or stingers?
Not a fan of them either, but I've seen a few while I've been on a boat. I did hear this one fact one time that if you get stung by a jellyfish and you pee on the sting, it'll make it go away though, which is kind of gross.
What if you got stung on a place you can't pee on?
I just never had a chance
What if you
to
can't pee like Violet?
solve that problem.
Does Violet pee?
The pilot gets stung. I have no clue how to deal with this situation.
Me neither.
I have no clue.
Yeah, like we could just let her tag along and be like a fifth party member, but
I want to tell her to go home.
yeah, I don't know.
Good day, ma'am.
Because as far as where I'm standing, she needs to convince us to come with us.
Yeah.
We have
Yeah.
no reason to bring this person along.
Absolutely.
She's doing a bad job of like
Yeah.
explaining why she should be with us.
And suddenly
Yeah,
she
so
wants
far
to kill
she's
the
shown
king
us
or the prince.
No,
Like,
yeah, she's shown us no good skills. Like she's
Yeah,
so far she's shown us she'll be a hazard.
mhm.
bad conjuring, poor stealth.
And we're going to see a fucking fey queen. We can't bring a liability with us.
Exactly.
We can
I
tie
gave
her
her
to
a
a
chance
tree.
to prove herself. And here she is. With no skills.
Mood.
Why can't I do anything right?
Right.
I didn't say
What?
she was smart. Well, I mean, she is smart. I didn't say she was wise.
She
This is her plan.
makes a lot of bad decisions.
Yes, she does.
So I don't know that we want her
Like
with us on
she's
this.
straight up not coming.
Look, we are going somewhere very dangerous, very important. And so far I don't believe any of us see a reason to take you with us.
Well,
Considering we're on the king's business, I'm afraid we can't have somebody who's actively trying to kill the prince in our company.
I'm not trying to kill the prince. I'm actively trying not to kill the prince, actually.
But
That's kind of
you
the
would
idea.
say that, wouldn't you? Make a charisma check, Noah.
Make an insight check.
Yeah.
Alfonz.
That's a 14.
I love when I get to tell Noah to make like some sort of saving throw. The power I feel.
She seems really pissed off that you said that. So she picked up with a 14.
Listen, since you obviously have some form of business regarding assassinations, surely you must know what happened yesterday at the castle.
Like I said,
Surely.
I have no idea. I followed you all from the Laughing Cat that morning. I stuck around in the area. I saw you all leave. I followed you to the palace. You guys got in through I followed you to the Arcanist Tower, which was kind of cool. Waited outside, milled about the shops for a little bit until you all came out. Browsed a kind of a bawdy book, and when you all came out with the Arcanist of all people, I followed you to the palace. You got in through the side door. I had no way of getting in that way, at least without absolutely getting caught within minutes.
Without us.
Without a pass or royal blood.
Guys, I don't know.
Tell us about this Mel.
We're gonna need some more information. Yeah.
I ran away from my father. 5 years ago.
Wait, how old are you?
I'm 26.
Okay.
How old are you? Rude.
That's not
That's loaded.
important.
She shakes her shoulders a little bit and straightens her coat. I ran away from my father 5 years ago, and I found Mel in a tavern in a crossroad. It was raining. It was a thunderstorm. I was miserable, and a stranger approached me. Said he looked like I needed help. I absolutely did. I was lost as all hell. Not a penny to my name, scrounging for scraps. He said he could help, and I said, how? He said, deals in favors. And at the time, I thought, yeah, right. He said I was running from my father. He said, well, I can help you hide from anyone. I laughed, but I was willing to take any chance I could. He did a little bit of magic and had me think and envision the person that I didn't want to find me. He said it would work. It worked. And suddenly the next day I wasn't being followed. And then about 18 months ago, I started being followed again by someone else. Something else. And it's in a different tower and different crossroads. And who walks in the door but Mel himself? Says it was time to collect a favor.
What does this Mel look like?
Kind of tall, dark hair. He's got one eye's brown and one eye's green. It's a little odd. It's not like starkly different, but I've seen people, they call it heterochromia. It's the first time. He's left-handed. He carries a long sword and some weird. It's not quite a crossbow on his other hip.
Human or?
Yeah, sorry, I assumed. It's a very racist of me in a way. Yeah, just a guy. He's got a pretty nasty scar under his chin on the right side, and one just above his eyebrow on his left. But he's not. I don't like the way he smiles either. It's scary. Never reaches his eyes. It's always predatory. You didn't notice at first.
Look, Avandra, is it?
Yeah.
There is no way we can allow you to come on our business where we are going. I understand that you're in trouble, but we have, frankly, more important things to deal with right now.
I can be useful. I can. I can cast a few different spells. And she like reaches in, she pulls out, she has it looks like a spell book. It's better at making things, sort of. A little bit of enchantment. Maybe not the best for the woods. I honestly, just didn't know where to go. I just wanted to escape, and you all were headed somewhere. I can leave. It's fine. I guess I keep heading north to Summer's Hearth. Keep heading really north and just go into the wastes. No one find me up there. Have to buy a cloak, a better cloak.
That
Use
I
some
would
wool
not
socks.
recommend.
There seems to be a lot going on north of here right now. Like, well, where the fuck am I supposed to go?
What are we thinking, guys? Still,
Like, I mean, she could come with us a distance until we reach a point that's obvious that, like, okay, I don't know, if we reach like some point in the forest, we're like, okay, you're gonna have to lay low here, wait for us to return, and you can because like I mean, it could be useful to have another person for if we reach some formidable foe,
yeah.
but she cannot come with us
into the Feywild.
into
Yeah,
the
no.
Feywild. She can perhaps she can travel as far as we allow her to,
Mhm.
and it'll keep her off the road longer, but
Yeah.
but other than that,
You guys, she does not have to come with you. That's it. I'm not shoehorning her into the party. This is your choice. I want that to be clear, that the party can say, hey, you can't follow. That
I
is
just got a
off the
feeling
table.
that like she will die if we send her
Yeah.
away.
Bad for her.
She will die.
There's absolutely no certainty of that.
Yeah, we could always, like what Martin said, like we could bring her with us for a while, leave her here, go to the Feywilds, and then come back.
We give her one chance. She follows our rules and she will stay with us for a little bit, but if not, she's gone. Like the one strike rule.
He's gonna follow us in. He's gonna do something stupid. We're gonna piss
He
off the
is.
queen.
Actually, you know what? Yeah. No, I want her gone.
And I don't want to split my damn XP. We're so close. Shit, I don't know. I don't know. Like, I feel bad for her, sure, but ran away from home. But
Is it
she's
possible? Is it possible for her to like make camp here by this shrine or something?
Mm-hmm.
But then again,
Yeah.
actually, well, you know what? No, first of all, what the hell is
look
this
at this
shrine?
It's a weird fucking
You
birdhouse
can't
thing.
have this conversation and then just be like, hold on. One sec.
I'm gonna
Go
go
check
look
this
at
out.
this. We'll come back.
You probably could. You're in a position of power right now. You're like, we're gonna talk this over. Is that what you want to do?
Yeah.
Okay, you look around. We're gonna talk it out. As you are talking it out and you're walking around this shrine, what you notice is it's a small one side faced open, looks like a little house in a way. Inside of it are three like hand carved figures, and they're not like really well done. They're almost like Russian nesting dolls in a way. Like they're three feminine figures. One is kind of like squat and a little wide. One is kind of a little bit taller, and one's a little bit shorter, and the other two are thinner. And there is written in Elvish. Who reads Elvish?
Me.
I'm the only person that reads Elvish. Yes.
I read Elvish as well.
Okay, for the two of you that read Elvish, there is written in Elven script along the side. It says, "For the mother and the queen and the lady, such that summer may be long, the crop be good, the forest be green, and we forever be blessed by warmth."
The mother, the queen, and the lady.
Yeah. Make an investigation check.
Seven.
Oh, God, good.
Okay.
11.
Okay. You do not notice anything odd about it, but it's for the mother and the queen and the lady.
Were they
Yes, the
investigating
first
the
one.
text itself?
They were investigating kind of the whole thing,
Can I as
but
well?
text is included. Can you read Elven?
No, no. Can I like
Okay,
investigate
you
like
can
more about the
investigate.
shrine?
Yeah,
That's
you can
that's why I'm
investigate the whole
asking.
shrine.
Okay.
You cannot read the text though.
Yeah, of course.
Does
No.
does one specifically look like a mother, another a queen, and another a lady?
There are just three figures. One is kind of squat and smaller. One is taller and thin, and one is a little shorter. All three of the ladies are, or the three statuettes, I should even say. They're like a really faded green. Everything about it's really faded. It looks like the box or the wood itself was like a dark wood. And it's a little cracked and faded, and the three figurines, the three statuettes are kind of like they're artistic interpretations of what appears to be a mother, a queen, and a lady.
Is it possible that like I'd have any kind of like history, like knowledge of like what these three might be?
Yeah, roll history. A history check.
11.
It's pretty obscure, if anything. It's not common mythos.
Okay.
Could I try as well? I'd probably be the only other person who would have a shot.
You are from the area, sure.
With my -1 history.
Oh man.
Natural 20.
Nice.
Oh damn.
Ilikhal. The person who would also know, but would know the least of the thing.
Yeah. Just for
As you
narrative
say it out
purposes,
loud,
please.
you remember a children's riddle, not a riddle, or like a little sing-songy thing you've heard. As they say, is if somebody says it out loud, for the mother, the queen, and the lady, and you see the three figurines, you say, "Oh, it's proper nouns. It's capital M mother, capital Q queen, capital L lady," and you say, "Ha, ha, 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 ha," something like that, and you're like, it's a nursery rhyme. It's, "And three there were, and three there'll be. The one who's past, and one to be. The mother, the crone, the queen in her chair, the lady of which who is the most fair. Always three, always three, always three." Like it's kind of like you in like your travels, you've heard like it's almost like Ring Around the Rosie in a way. Like it's kind of like little kids like running around the street like chanting this. You're like, that sounds like the nursery rhyme, like the children's thing.
It's
And then you say, "It kind of bothers me that they always rhymed B with B."
it's a children's nursery rhyme. The mother, the queen, and the lady.
Noah's happening to give us a fair lady right now. Where we go in to see the queen.
I love just putting stuff in front of K.
Like connecting all the dots.
Just
I connected the
bored.
dots.
connecting
connected
connecting dots.
I've connected
Is
the
it the
dots.
dots? He
You didn't
connects
connect
dots.
shit. I've
It's
connected them.
dots, yeah. See this bowl?
Connected them.
This is everything that's not related, but you're sure as hell know that I've tracked where.
If you
all the
wanted to
lines-
throw a mother into the equation, Portrait of Queen Eliza.
The amount of times that we've done anything and Kay goes, "It's the mob."
Mother the
Yep,
Crone. What a
Stingers.
that's
Queen.
what a weird.
The mo-
It's a pretty
yeah, the
common
Mother the
thing in
Crone.
like in matronly fairy tales.
Okay.
Mother the Crone, the Queen in her chair, and then of course the Lady Most Fair. Please
Not
don't,
exactly what you said,
please
but it's
don't ask me
fine.
to repeat it.
The lady of which who is the most fair or something
Yeah,
like
that
that.
one.
It didn't really make sense, but I didn't call you
It
out.
rhymes with chair, fair and chair. That's why it goes together.
And we met her on the Maiden's Path.
Yeah, Saph.
There's the Maiden's Path, and you're in the Ladies Glade.
Yeah.
Glade. Christ alive.
Glade.
One of these days, Noah.
Glade.
One of these
Glade.
days.
Is it Mab? Is it Mav? Mab.
I'm gonna make sure. I still don't know.
Hey, you still don't know the difference between a V and a B?
I don't know which one it is. I know
It's a B.
It's a B.
B.
B is in Mav.
B? There's a B?
I think I like rolled. I think I got like 10 psychic damage from that.
Alright, so some random shrine. Do we want to ask her about Olsen?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like maybe like while the others are kind of maybe looking at the shrine, he just walks over, just on his own. Is it like first of all, do you like if Olsen had seen her around? Would it be reasonable that Zhixil had seen her in the past?
You've seen her like twice. The amount of times she comes to Laughing Cat, and it's time in between. It's like 2 or 3 months in between. She's not a regular, like on a regular basis. She's a regular in like a seasonal basis.
Okay, so
So it seems like she's always traveling, for sure.
with your infrequent musings with the Laughing Cat, I found it odd that Olsen was so particularly angered by you. Why? As we know, Olsen is very forgiving.
Yeah. I think this time it was
Yes,
maybe it was just
I was there this time. What about the previous times?
last time I almost set the entire place on fire.
That was you.
I was trying to make a potion of fire breathing. Instead, it was more a potion of uncontrollable burning hands. That was the first time I ever brewed it. I promise. I saw the recipe in whatever her name is. You know, the portly lady in the Spark District likes a plant so much. She was looking at it, and I saw it, and I remembered it, and I said, put an ingredient in wrong, and I drank the potion, and then instead of, it was just like, and I couldn't stop it. Like at least with like potions of fire breathing, you know, you can hold your breath, but it was just like going. And he said, maybe next time, if I'm going to try and brew a potion that could potentially, you know, set an entire district of the city on fire, maybe try to do that in like somewhere not flammable, like a quarry or a cave. I was just so excited about it, you see, because I always wanted to be a really good enchanter, and I've got a little bit of a knack for it. And then the
Shiloh.
first time
Yeah,
wasn't even my
yeah.
fault. The first time, I got really lucky at a tavern, and I won a lot of money off of somebody who really didn't deserve it. He was kind of a jerk and must have followed me back to the Laughing Cat. And Olsen stopped him. Olsen got a black eye out of it, but I don't think that guy's ever going to be seen in Storm's Fall again. Olsen's more. He's a better dad than anyone I've ever met, but you know, he takes care of everyone. And this time was an honest mistake too. I don't even know what I did wrong with the circle. I swear it was exactly like like it was earlier that day. I guess I mean that must have been like a third strike. And I feel bad, and I wanted to say I was sorry, but I wanted to stay and say I was sorry, but you saw him.
What did you do when you left the Laughing Cat? That
What do you
morning.
mean?
Yesterday morning when you left. You were gone when we woke up.
I could hardly sleep. I tossed and turned for like an hour, and I might have gotten another hour's sleep. It was still dark when I left. I walked around the city and tried to make plans, and I couldn't think of where to go. I've been all over the reaches. I've been all over. I just came up from the Western Kingdom, south of here, and I thought maybe it'd be time to come home for a little bit. At least what I call the most home of anywhere. I was so lost. I was so tired. I'm still exhausted. I'm not a survivalist. I know I'm not a survivalist. I'm a mage at best on a good day, and I'm a pretty lucky gambler. I've got a memory like no one can handle.
I kind of want to
That's
suggest something.
What's that?
You said you're pretty good at gambling.
Oh, I think
Yeah.
they're by themselves. Oh, but
We're all
So
pretty close.
yeah.
So is this guy, and I point at Alfonz. Win against him, and we'll give you one chance. You tell us, or you follow us you follow our every instruction, and we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, sure. Whatever.
Hold on. Where is your gesh? It's on your arm?
Yeah.
Can I grab your arm and pull your sleeve up and just say, do you remember what this is? We don't have time for games. As whimsical as...
I've got time.
We have 15 minutes to spare, Alfonz.
All right. I'm not the one
Only
with the
if he's
gesh.
willing. Yeah.
I have a set of dice.
You do.
Mhm.
I've
How
got
do you-
cards.
how do
No.
you want-
I've got cards.
Okay,
If it's
Okay.
my
Yeah,
game,
that
it's
works.
cards.
go for it.
Okay. How do you want to determine cards?
I don't know. I've got 6d6s. What's easy?
Okay.
Liar's dice.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
Large
that's a
dice are
dice
funny.
game.
1v1. Yeah, that's one of the ones we played at the coin.
That's with 4d6. But that's not dice. That's
Yeah,
not,
we
that's not
didn't
cards.
play a card game. If I cast something as a ritual, does it still eat a spell slot?
No.
No, that's the whole point
No.
of ritual spells. But it takes 10 minutes longer.
Yeah, while we're setting up cards, do you want to like detect magic on the shrine?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I have 3 uses per day.
Yeah, I can do it as a ritual, but it takes 10 minutes.
Yeah, yeah, no, that's fine. I'll use a magic awareness.
I think I'd like to use my wand of secrets around the shrine as well. Maybe see if there's something extra.
Okay. Ilikhal, you detect magic? Magic awareness, whatever it is,
Yeah,
right?
any spell or magic item. And which school of magic, if any.
Pilot, Alfonz, Zhixil all have magic and or magical items.
Mhm.
Vondra has a couple magical items. There's nothing about the shrine,
Hmm.
if that's what you're interested in. It's
Okay.
just a shrine. It would.
Okay.
Yeah. What else is? What everyone else is doing? Want to detect secret
Wand of
wand.
Secrets. Yeah.
There is not a secret door or secret lever or anything of that nature around the shrine either.
Okay.
I should mention, like, investigating. There are a few, like, around the base of the thing. There are a few, like, bundles of, like, flowers and things that, like, people have left, but, like, nothing. There's, like, a couple copper pieces and a few things like that, too.
Sometimes a birdhouse is just a birdhouse.
There is a... Okay, I got a card game. Each player rolls 1d8, keeps the die hidden. You have a chance to raise the bet until all bets are equal. You roll 1d6, keeping it a secret as well. And you get a chance to raise, call, or fold. Then you roll 1d4, and then you add them all together.
And then what? Highest gets it?
And then the highest wins.
Okay. All right.
But essentially, it's 1d8. Because there's a strict bet. It's 1d8, 1d6, 1d4. It's like three cards are dealt to each person.
Mm.
But since you have a strict bet, that's kind of it.
Okay.
But if that's what you want to play,
Yeah, that works.
it's kind of like
Roll
like 3 card
dice.
blackjack in a way
Yeah,
without
yeah.
busting.
Okay.
Okay. So Alfonz, you kind of like sit down on the ground and you shuffle your cards a little bit. You do that 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3. And you flip over the first card for you, and she flips over her first card. What'd you get on your D8?
I got an 8.
She got a 4.
Are you supposed to reveal it yet?
Yeah, you flip it. Well, there's no
Yeah, we're
betting.
not betting, so.
Oh yeah.
So
Okay.
it'd be they could flip over all 3, and then you flip over your second card, your D6.
4.
What'd you get? She got a 5. Then you flip over the third card.
3.
1. So she ultimately does kind of lose. And she looks down and she goes, "Shit." Okay, I'll let you go. It's fine. I took my chance. Guess my luck is kind of low.
Avandra. It is just, and our sympathies go with you. But where we're going is a delicate matter. We discussed it amongst ourselves. If you wanted to come a certain distance and wait for us, I think we could accommodate. But as it stands, we need to address the situation as soon as possible.
It's fine. I'll keep heading north. I'll get further away from the city, and I wish you luck. And she puts up her hood. Can I get and she starts to leave. Can I get everyone to make a perception check?
Well,
19.
16.
Okay.
wait, no. My perception score is not 3 anymore. 13.
Staff?
13.
Okay. She looks sad. She kind of like heads down the path. And you all are free to do whatever you want now.
Well, that feels bad,
Yep.
man.
Yeah.
Part of the game. All the feeling. You mean
If we could've-
consequences? Consequences feel bad.
Or if we could have like told her to go to the little town and stay with the guard or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
But as she says, that would leave her out in the open mostly. So
Mm.
All right. You all from what you know, to continue on your quest, you have to head west and maybe a little bit north of here. This is actually where the path ends, though. It's 20 minutes into the woods,
Nice.
into
Great.
the Kingswood. Like the path is kind of done. Now you're going to be into the thick of it. Into the thick of it. Oh
It's so hard to keep that out of my head.
Yeah.
yeah, you're going to be in the woods from here on out.
how far away is Summer's Hearth from here? Like days, right?
Yeah, probably like 8 days
Fuck. Okay.
We're gonna send a message to
by
Cor-
foot.
Corin.
Yeah.
8 days by
But-
foot.
Yeah. My Raven can't. It's only it can be used for 12 hours. That's it.
Okay, but it casts the animal messenger spell, so you could send a message to him with it. The way I'm ruling the Raven because it's so weird. You can have it as a Raven for 8 hours, or cast the animal messenger spell, or sometime within the 8 hours, cast the animal messenger spell. The Raven will fly off, and it will come back to you at some over the appropriate duration, and then transform back into the figurine.
Or even Corin can
You-
hold on to it.
Or yeah, like, but even then, like it would 8 days worth of travel, even by flying.
Raven might get there in 3 or 4 because it can fly straight. Not it would just since it's animal messengers, it would just go, and it's technically a mythical figurine, wondrous power, full figurine.
I mean, if you allow it, I'd like to.
Yeah, you'll just not have the Raven for the period of time it takes. It'll probably be 6 days before it gets back.
Okay.
And I say it will always come back to you because it's cool. It's a cool item. I want you to be able to like have it. It's not like a one-time 300 hit point rainbow bird.
Must be nice.
This is just a bird that lets you cast animal messengers. What do you so animal messengers, the way it works is the animal speaks with your voice. What do you want it to say?
Of course.
It's up to 25 words. There you go.
Okay. All right. Hold on.
We're on mission
Twitter light.
in the
Literally.
Kingswood.
Because it's a bird.
8. Yeah, go for it.
Yeah. We're in the Kingswood. Your
8.
brother is in danger.
13,
Be aware of assassins.
17,
Evandra, sent by Mel. No final word.
no final
Yeet.
word. 24.
Final word,
There-
love.
Haha. Hold on.
Just sign your
Bye.
name.
Make you
Oh yeah,
guys-
sure.
Zhixil.
Zhixil.
Zhixil. It talks with your voice. So
Yeah.
it's gonna be
boo.
that whole message and then Zhixil. Yeah, Raven's on the way.
Start going.
Yeah, you gotta Saph, as you reached here, you were busy threatening a poor innocent
Oh,
woman.
please.
Look,
We
How
didn't threaten
consequences?
her. Literally
I-
did not threaten
We
her.
just
When
gave her
did
the
I
third
threaten
degree.
her?
She followed us like fucking 500
You're-
miles.
Yeah, we're in the right here.
Your wrist feels, and you notice that mostly when Alfonz grabbed your wrist and said, "Do you think we have time?" You felt him grip your wrist, and as he let go, you notice that it didn't feel like the pressure let up, and then you've noticed that the pressure around your wrist has gotten tighter, and it's a little more specific. And now, as you turn around, it's a little more north and west than just west. It's more, instead of 50 degrees on a circle, now it's 25.
I put my hand in
Not
front
50,
of me
90,
and
it's 45. 5 degrees. When I said 180, it's 90. It's 90. That's what it is. It is 90 now. It was 180. Now it's 90. Yeah, you had just west. Now you have northwest.
I put my hand in front of me and I go, okay. And I
You will step into a tree.
there is a tree there in that direction. Some amount. There is a tree directly in your way.
weave around the trees like the ninja I am.
Like a water stick. Or what do you call those?
Dowsing rod.
Yeah.
Sure.
You realize that you've kind of gotten off of the map that you saw in town, and you're potentially entering into the area in which your quote unquote map-ish thing is. I need a survival check.
Got 24.
Nice.
Survival, I
nice.
got 25.
24, 25. Those are pretty good.
Will do.
You manage to adequately place the sun in the sky through the trees and keep your heading. Just blindly following the pull of your wrist turns out not a good idea. It almost led you into a hole in the ground that appeared pretty deep. There was also a very big beehive that you avoided, and would have led you just through a stream in kind of a deep place, but you navigate around it appropriately. You travel for about an hour northwest, and as you travel, the forest gets more and more imposing, more and more wild. You hear not just the noises of like birds and bees and rustling in the leaves. You hear what could potentially be scarier noises, larger animals moving through the brush. Pilot, you narrowly avoid stepping on a snake at one point, or a big snake, and it's off underneath all the leaves.
It's a friend of a sheep. That's a sheep of a friend.
After about an hour traveling through this, and feeling the forest really start to encroach, and occasionally you get this feeling that you're being watched. And you look back and you're no, and you feel fairly confident, even if Avandra was trying to follow you. Nah, no way. Not only like as you move through the forest, it feels like your tracks are getting like swallowed behind you. After about an hour of this, you see another clearing. And as you approach, you step into more of like a meadow than a glade.
Twilight baseball time.
Exactly.
That's what he
That's what we're here for. Baseball time. We gotta wait for a thunderstorm though. No sparkly vampires here. You enter into a forest meadow. Across the meadow, it's probably 100 meters, maybe a little more than 100 meters across. It's pretty big. There is a little hut. You kind of see. So it's small, maybe like a 1-bedroom house. So a little bit of smoke coming out of the chimney.
Hey.
It looks like it's a thatched roof. Outside, you see a couple like rows of what appear to be different plants and herbs and things, like a pretty long garden. And then through the meadow, there's a lot of long grass and a bunch of wildflowers and a few other things. And you see a figure kind of walking between all the plants and stuff.
Cast fireball super quick.
No.
No, my God.
Could I sneak?
Could
Yeah,
I?
you go sneak up.
You can
perception?
try. You can sneak around in the woods.
Can I try and see what this figure is
Ooh. Roll
instead of
perception.
immediately trying to murder it?
across the meadow.
23.
Nice.
Looks
Nice.
like a fairly tall woman,
Hag.
red hair,
Oh,
green clothing.
Something Noah has a mini for.
Not like bright red hair, like
Like
uh
human hair.
yeah,
right?
like a darker red, not like fiery red, like a reddish, like more red than brown, but on that spectrum, red. She appears kind of tall. I mean, you can't really tell how tall the plants are, but she's pretty tall in comparison to the plants. She's a pretty tall lady, fairly tall lady, on the tall side of the bell curve lady.
Does it look like she could yeet me?
She could surely crush her head between your thighs if you wanted her to. I'm certain.
Her head between
Yep,
Saph's
your
thighs?
head
Okay.
between her thighs. It is what I said.
Oh my God.
I got a natural 20 on sneak.
Okay, you are feeling fairly confident that you are perfectly hidden in the edge of the wood. It's gonna take you a minute to get across. You're sneaking around the edge of the meadow.
Yeah, good
And
luck.
then
Faye.
I try to approach her. This person.
Okay, what are the rest? Are you all just like hanging out?
I'm thinking the same
edge?
thing. We're just standing
That's
there?
why I
Just
need to know. Like you just say, like, this is a nice day. This Let's wait for a signal from the rogue.
I mean, do we want to start approaching her?
Stealthily.
No, I
Through
can't
the
tell.
open
Like,
field.
we can start. Yeah, we can start approaching her, and at least she won't notice Pilot.
Yeah.
But if something goes wrong, we don't want only Pilot within range of her while
Oh.
she's in combat.
Yeah, you start walking across the meadow, and as you approach, you can see this woman. She has, it's not even like it's not even a green cloak. It's like a green shawl. It's like half, it's almost like a poncho, except it's buttoned right there. And she has just a big watering can. It looks like a bucket that is got a wooden spout and then a wooden nozzle of some sort. And she's just walking between these like lattices and other stuff, and she's basically watering plants, and she sees you across like probably about halfway when you get about halfway, and she looks and she goes, "Hello there."
I
And
like
she like
wave.
waves at you, and she kind of like steps out of the garden area and like kind of sets the watering can down and like waits for you all.